Peace, love, and light. Islam. On the behalf of the entire organic nation, the entire population of the Amexem-Moor-Empire Constitutional-Monarchy, the entire Amexem-Moor-Empire National Collection of Souls, I welcome you. You could have been a lot of places doing a lot of things, however you chose to be here. So we honor you for your time and for your attention. Please, everyone, let us all choose to love ourselves that we may love others. And let always choose to do this right now. And always commit to doing this henceforth forevermore. Because where things are going across this planet can lead many to depression, can lead many into despair, and it doesn't have to be that way. Life is not all about gloom and doom. There's a lot of beautiful things happening across this planet, and probably you have a hand in it. What's happening across this planet is not defined by anyone else. The power is in your hands, dealing with your own destiny and your own fate. It is true. You can change your fate. You cannot change your destiny. That said, it is destined that we as a folk across this planet, we are ascending back into dominance across this planet in the affairs of men and women. It's a long time coming. It's here now. We are gradually ascending. I am grateful for the fact that over the last 15 Earth years in the North-Amexem, more and more of our melanated brothers and sisters, our undeclared Moors, have find themselves not incarcerated. That means they had the opportunity to change their lives and get some things done that's productive, that makes them prosperous in an honorable way. We provide them with the ability to do that within our jurisdiction and venue, and we welcome them. Across this planet, we're beginning to see a situation that is moderating. At each other's throats in many places, that's true. But some of our melanated brothers and sisters are starting to work things out. Our brothers and sisters over in the Bamako decided to pardon some of our brothers and sisters out of Abidjan, and they've been sent home. I give thanks for that. May it lead to good relations. We're seeing things happening where parties are saying, it is true that there's a whole lot of engineering going on, social engineering through social media platforms and things of this nature. A lot of propaganda being pushed. A lot of things that are detrimental to spirit being pushed. A lot of things detrimental to familyhood being pushed. Where parties are being programmed, being merely educated as opposed to being independent thinkers that know how to think for themselves, to the point that they become learned as opposed to merely educated. It might be happening in a piece here, and a piece there, an area here, and an area there. However, it is not only happening, you can actually sit back a minute and observe, you'll see it's accelerating. We give thanks for that. And again, we do things within the Amexem-Empire, both departments and third and set departments of our imperial government operations down to our local level operations, that not only foment and encourage it, but provides psycho-socio-economic infrastructure to undergird it by way of an independent monetary policy, independent of the colonizing hostiles and their melanated puppets. Yeah, we talk about all the time. Most of our kith and kindred, they're looking for particular things and not quite sure what they are looking for, but they recognize it when they see it. In the meantime, most of them are in survival mode, and all they want is access to trinkets and toys from the colonizing hostiles and the melanated puppets. They take the short-sighted view that the only way to acquire those trinkets and toys is to go get them from the melanated puppets of the colonizing hostiles and the hostiles themselves. And that's just fundamentally not true. They lack the confidence in themselves. They can create these things using their own psycho-socio-economic infrastructure. And that is not true. And we are the proof of that. We provide the ability for you to establish a business inside of a jurisdiction of, by, and for us. We provide proper training, proper oversight. dispute resolution. We have all that company on our own terms, independent of the colonizers and hostiles. We mint our own money on our own equipment. Don't need the colonizers and hostiles for any of that. We have the ability to make our own internet, our own web, internet, and networks. We have the ability to do that right now. It's inside of our fiscal budget, or it has to be funded. So we have the ability. We just require participation in our system. We require participation in the form of parties establishing businesses in our jurisdiction and venue. The business pay the business taxes, which helps to fund our fiscal budget law. We don't have a graduated income tax in the Amexem-Moor-Empire, so I don't care if you earn 2,000 ounces of silver a month or 2 million ounces of silver a month. You're still only required to put 2 ounces of silver per month into the Imperial Treasury to fund our fiscal budget laws. Currently, our fiscal budget law is 4 times the size of the budget of the quote-unquote African Union. Think on that. Ask us questions. We're very happy to give you the answers. There's a website that we influence called modernmonarchy.squarespace.com. I encourage you to go to that particular website. It'll take you a few months to get through all that material, but once you get through it, if you objectively investigate who we are and how we proceed, you will see for yourself what we provide is not only viable and competent, it's operational underway on multiple continents. It just requires your participation. And we train you on how to do that. We train you to be sharp, focused, to think for yourself, to be able to engage in all manner of discourse and international discourse, to establish and operate a business inside of the Amexem-Moor-Empire in such a manner that you can participate in the Amexem-Moor-Empire global common market using our imperial depository system. You don't need their SWIFT. You don't need their digital fiat. You have to put with any of their nonsense. It's basically up to you. We're not here to sell anyone on a particular idea. Truth is truth. It needs no crutch. It needs no apology. It does not have to be thoroughly explained to the point of overkill. The truth is simple. We keep it simple. We lay it out neat and tidy. And if you have questions and you require follow-on questions, we do presentations, live video presentations. We do audio presentations. Every strong, every peace day, which is today, after this session is over, we tend to have what's known as our live video public forum. It's basically an extended Q&A. No presentation, just a long Q&A, a conversation that's just basically questions and answers. Any question you may have regarding who we are and how we proceed, we're happy to answer your questions. Any question you may have about the imperial government operations, the sector government operations, the regional, district, or local government operations, we answer those questions. How to establish a business within the Amexem-Empire, we answer those questions. The imperial court operations, we answer those questions. Our commerce and trade, Mare Liberum, we answer all those questions. That's why we're here. We're not here for tyranny. We're here to save lives and improve the quality of the melanated lives across this planet, to shut down and utterly uproot and destroy the caste system wherever we find it. Marginalization, wherever we find it. Being economically marginalized is done, because we're doing that mindset by mindset, familyhood by familyhood, continent by continent. For the melanated heterosexuals, we're here for you. We can't force you. We're not interested in doing that. We're just saying to you, if you're happy with what the colonizers and hostiles and the melanated puppets are doing to you, well, do your thing over there. If you're not, you want out, we provide you with a way out. But you gotta pull your weight, and we train you to do that. The work that we do is not to free slaves. We provide you with the tools to free yourself if you are enslaved. You don't leave slavery and servitude in one jurisdiction to become a slave in another. We're not down for the ride with that. And we don't like the neo-colonizers with their debt-trapping behaviors either, because they're making our kith and kindred across the mother continent, Alkebu-lan and Ab.Zu, default economic slaves. It has to stop. So we do our part by providing viable options, choices, and solutions. It's up to you as men and women, the melanated heterosexual, to decide what's best for you and your family and why. At least begin to have some type of intellectual curiosity. At least begin to investigate, that you may contemplate upon something and discern upon it and make well-informed decisions. That would be a practical and sensible approach. Within the Amexem-Moor-Empire, we have a thing called the 3-second rule. We'll give you exactly 3 seconds to make some sense of what you're espousing and preponderating. After that, we cut you off because you're not going to destroy our aura with your crazy. We're not with the rah-rah. We're not the podium-banging camera leaders. We're not the feel-good speech types. We're not here for the waxing philosophical. We're here to discuss that which is practical and sensible for socioeconomic infrastructure of, by, and for the Aboriginal men and women across this planet. Period. Simple. Full stop. If that resonates in your spirit, we are not hard to find. If you'd like to establish a business in the Amexem-Moor-Empire, we'll train you. And on the website I explained to you, modernmonarchy.squarespace.com, the link is available inside of the description of this particular video. It will help you to find how to establish a business on the website. Our non-surgical healthcare plan is on the website. How to go about establishing a private or business account inside of the Imperial Depository System is on the website. We're not hard to find, and we'll work with you. So, contemplate and discern upon what I've said. Love yourself enough to at least investigate what's best for you and your family. Because if you're all about trinkets and toys, you don't have to go to the Constitutional-Monarch to get your trinkets and toys. You can design them and produce them within the Amexem-Moor-Empire and trade them for profit throughout our global common market. Right now, a little bit of ingenuity, a little bit of elbow grease, some thinking, and some math. And speaking of math, I've been a little busy for the past few Earth days because of things that's going on across the planet. And it's required that I had to game out particular things. It was a lot of math. A lot of math. A whole lot of math. However, it had to be done because socioeconomic infrastructure requires that we constantly are observing, monitoring, and adjusting our plans, our backup plans, and our backup plans, and our backup plans to our backup plans, because no plan survives contact with reality. We don't pretend to know everything. However, we do train and we do prepare as best as we're able for all matters, all types of contingencies. Because the Amexem-Empire, Imperial government, we have always been and we shall remain neutral. We are peaceful unto all and hostile unto none. To maintain that trajectory requires constant adjustments to our operational plans, our process protocols and procedures that we have in place. It does not happen by osmosis. Work has to be done. I am not a speculative constitutional monarch. I actually have to work for a living. I actually am an operative constitutional monarch. And that requires me to prepare annual fiscal budget proposals and a whole host of other things to appropriately govern. The Imperial Council has the obligation and responsibility of deciding what fiscal budget laws shall be. So we actually have to work around here. That's why I said earlier, if you do come among us, we have to train you because you have to pull your weight. In order for you to do that, you have to know how to pull your weight. How to not get encumbered into the crazy from the colonizing hostiles and their melanated puppets. And that starts with language. So our training is going to start you with language. Language really and truly is the companion of empires, including the dominions of the realm of the Amexem-Moor-Empire Constitutional Monarchy. So We do our work in a manner that's humble but dignified, always firm. And the reason why we do our work, our offspring, our posterity. Make no mistake, they absolutely are motivation enough. And the work that we must do is set the example for them. And we train them up and we get them sharp because we must. I want to thank you all for a few minutes of your time. If you seek to contact us, you may do so through this YouTube channel, or you may do so better still through modernmonarchy.squarespace.com. If you want to see our current fiscal budget law, it is on the website modernmonarchy.squarespace.com. I do strongly advocate that you share the link for this video, that you share the link for anything you may find of note on the website modernmonarchy.squarespace.com. Put those within your sphere of influence. We are honorable folk. We're not perfect, we're not pious, we don't always get it right. However, we are consistent in the work that we do. And that really does matter. Consistency in an era where there's short attention spans and instant self-gratification and instant gratification, whether it's honorable or not. We're not down for that. We live by that particular code, our creed, our motto. Humble but dignified, always firm. Shut up and consistently do. That's who we are. That's how we proceed. Melanated heterosexuals across this planet, if that resonates in your spirit, with us you have a home, and we're not hard to find. With that, until we all gather again, may always be healthy and productive, prosperous, kept safe and unmolested, especially as we go about our travels. They always find a way to learn to love each other, to love ourselves, that we may love each other, that we may all choose to be honorable, right, and just in everything that we think, act, and speak upon. They always move to be at all times a positive and constructive inspiration unto all those who we engage or are engaged by. On behalf of the entire Amexem-Empire National Collection of Souls, the entire population of the Amexem-Moor-Empire, including our two sultanates, peace be upon all of you with much love and appreciation. Islam, Islam, Islam.